So now let's listen to the right-wing radio reaction to the Michael Brown shooting. Unsurprisingly, they'll make it up as they go along and make tremendous leaps of logic and blatant falsehoods.
And this is what I think most likely happened. Michael Brown lowers his head as he's rushing the officer. He's got 5 bullets in him now, or 4, and he's rushing Officer Wilson. He just keeps coming, which is why Officer Wilson thinks he might have been tanked up on something. We know now he did have marijuana in his system. And we've had stories, remember, we've had stories from Colorado, people going berserk on marijuana and killing people, hyped up on marijuana. So it's more dangerous than people think. Anyway, I think what he did is he put his head down and he rushed Officer Wilson. And Officer Wilson, the last shot is the one that stopped him, fired probably from a distance of 3 feet, because the friend says that Michael Brown fell at his feet about 3 feet short of him. So I think he put his head down to bull rush him, trying to spear him right in the chest. And that last bullet round from Officer Wilson, fired in self-defense, is the one that stopped him.
Bryan Fischer, the lover of Jesus Christ, is like, look, it was self-defense. You should have killed the unarmed kid with his hands in the air. That's what Jesus would like. Oh, stop it, Bryan. Virtually everything he said there was false, by the way. He made up most of it, and even the thing where he was like, and he was 3 feet away when it happened. That's why he needed to do it for self-defense. Actually, no. According to the officers who were first at the scene after the incident, they said his body was about 30 or 35 feet away from the police car. But now when Bryan Fischer's talking about it, funny, he flips the narrative to be more kind to the officer. And he says, oh, no, he was 3 feet away and he was charging him. Did you hear the beginning of his argument? You know, see, what had happened was there were 5 or 4 bullets already in Michael Brown, and he started rushing the officer. What is he, the fucking Terminator? You already have 5 bullets in you and you're running full speed towards the gun? You know, J.R. Jackson brought up this point the other day on the Young Turks, and all credit to him because it really speaks to this mindset in old white conservative men. It's this idea that, oh, well, black people, they're like superhuman. They're so strong and they're so powerful athletically, and, you know, they could just walk right through bullets. I mean, that's how they are. They're monsters. That's just how they're savages. They could just walk right through it. And that really does tie into this general idea of dehumanizing the other being young black men, that, yeah, he's going to run through 5 bullets and just try to tackle you as you've shot him already 5 times. Now, you know what happens when you get shot with 1 bullet? You fall and cry and shit yourself. That's about the reaction I would have. That's about the reaction that most human beings would have, because we're fucking human and we just got shot. But no, he ran through 5 bullets. Then he called Skynet, and Skynet beamed him down. Okay, you get what I'm saying. Now, the even more ridiculous part, it goes right back to the segment that we just did. He said, you know, there's a report he was tanked up, quote, tanked up and hyped up on marijuana. Yes, you're hyped up on marijuana because marijuana is cocaine. Drug ignorance. This is a person who knows nothing about drugs telling you what drugs do. You don't get hyped up on marijuana. You get hyped up on an upper, like cocaine, like an amphetamine. You don't get hyped up on marijuana, okay? Look, I'll read it to you one more time so you know, and this isn't just opinion. This is coming from the National Drug Court Institute. They say, this is from the U.S. government. Quote, rather than inducing violent behavior, marijuana pacifies the user, generally producing states of drowsiness, lethargy, timidity, and passivity. So it calms you down. And again, worst case scenario, you get a little anxious and a little paranoid, but you don't lash out in that state. You're quiet and you're kind of giving yourself your own hell in your head. The last thing you want to do is fight somebody or be hyped up in that state. So Bryan Fischer, he has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Look, this is really upsetting to me because you think that there are some things that happen where, like, we could all drop the bullshit and come together. Like, for instance, if we have an unarmed person with their hands in the air, running away, getting shot. Like, you think that's one of these issues where it's like politics go out the window and it's just a humanity kind of response where we go, as a general rule, Mr. Police Officers, please don't kill people unarmed with their hands in the air as they're running away. Just a general rule. if you don't mind. We'd really appreciate that. But no, we still have conservatives politicizing this massively, and they're basically acting like, why are black people so mad that they keep getting killed by cops unnecessarily? I don't get it. This isn't right. They're all hyped up on marijuana and tanked up on marijuana, and clearly they're all like the Terminator. They just eat bullets and they can run through it.